Lucky, my boy.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, dude?
So, me and you were both on TikTok now. I don't know if like the few people that are in here know that me and you are both on TikTok now. I don't really post a whole lot on TikTok, to be completely honest. And if I do, it normally has nothing to do with Funkos. So if you go and follow me on TikTok, I apologize if you think it's a Funko channel, but it's not.
I like your everyday Pokemon opening.
So that is become a pretty regular thing because I'm only looking for the Pumpkaboo. So
Yeah, I
Pumpkaboo
like it.
is just Pikachu that looks like a pumpkin. So I appreciate you liking that one. That one's a lot of fun. I'm gonna keep that one going until I find a Pumpkaboo. Pumpkin. I can't say it. So both of us have a TikTok. You should definitely go follow Chris if you want to like get all the your like Disney news, and me and my family have been planning a trip for Disney, and it's almost like TikTok knows, or the algorithms in general know. Have you ever noticed that? It's like they know.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely things,
Your search history. I mean, something happens, right? The algorithm gets your number. It's like this is what you're talking about. This is so a lot of Disney stuff's been coming up lately, and you're the Disney guy. You're my Disney go-to guy, and you know that a lot of Pride stuff's going on, but hey, we're not going to talk about that a whole lot because none of that's real anyways. I seen a guy get kicked out of the park not too long ago, and I believe that the whole thing has to do, they trespassed him. I believe that it has to do with he's making knockoff Disney
Well,
ears.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. First of all, there's two things. I don't know if you knew this, but the term trespassed, that's not a normal Webster's dictionary term. That
No,
was
I
actually
didn't know that.
that was actually created by I think Disney started it, but it was created through the amusement park jargon to basically just instead of saying 86th or police code or something like that, it's a nicer way of saying you're kicked off for good. And so that they created trespass. Anyway, so this guy, yeah, I've seen the TikToks. He's done it a couple times, and he gets trespassed. They put him in a taxi, everything like that. He wants people to feel sorry for him as the problem.
Why?
But he shouldn't be, because there's actually a long history that started right about COVID, maybe a little after COVID, that this guy and his wife or girlfriend were selling full on knockoffs. I mean, straight up knockoffs. I mean, and to be honest, they don't look bad, but they're straight up knockoffs. Disney caught wind of it because, of course, you don't have the license, so you can't be selling a trademarked item like mouse ears. Mouse ears are a trademarked merchandise.
Well, I would imagine that Disney makes a lot of money off of those too.
To a certain extent, there are certain variations that you can do where they're not going to hit you. But this guy was selling a lot of them, and they were looking exactly like the ones you could buy in the stores. And Disney nicely gave him a cease and desist. To me, that's a nice way of a business just saying, hey, stop it.
Right. They're basically saying, hey, look, I will take you to court, but I'm going to give you the chance to just stop.
Just stop.
Right.
So they gave him a cease and desist twice, actually. They gave him two. They gave him two
warnings. They gave him more than most people give.
And you were going to sit here and challenge lawyers from Disney. You realize how much money Disney has to have as many lawyers and enough lawyers as they want. So they began suing him, and they were successful, and they got his site taken down. Well, he restarted the site back up under a different name. So he did this three times. Oh, no. And he keeps doing it, and Disney keeps going after him. And now they're going after much higher stakes. Basically, they're going after to ruin him completely.
How much money could he possibly be making that he just has decided that he won't stop?
I don't know. But yeah, you don't mess with the mouse. And, definitely he deserves it. To be honest with you, most Disney fans that know the actual story of what this guy is doing is like, I have no sympathy for you. But he, there was a lot of backlash. That's when he did the TikTok. He went to the park
purposely
to sell
to get kicked out.
Yeah, he claims that he just out there wearing it. He was actually caught. There's a video online of him actually going into the park and selling his knockoff ears in the park. So, first of all, you're trying to make people feel bad for you because you're just trying to make a living and you're just trying to do something, but you're going into their backyard selling your knockoff shit.
Yeah, I mean, I
Serve
look, I
100% everything you get.
well, when I seen the video, because it's questionable when you're watching this video, and if you find it on TikTok, I see Chase says that he likes watching the people fight me too.
Oh, that was a recent one too.
So, when you see the video, don't take it at face value. Start reading the comments because that's what I did. I was like, "What is?" Because you don't really know what's going on.
A
You
lot
just
of
kind of
Disney fans piped up in those comments were like, "You're
yeah.
full of shit."
You kind of get this guy who's playing victim, and you kind of get the managers that are trying to get him to leave, but he doesn't want to leave. He keeps trying to play circle conversations with them, and they keep saying, "I need you to go." So it kind of after it drags on a while, you're like, "All right, let me hit the comments and see what's going on," because you're never kind of getting the whole story till you get in the comments, and they're like, "Yeah, he sells knockoff ears. He got caught selling knockoff ears," and so when you do something like that, it's that I
You're
like to
playing with
say,
fire.
I like to say when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I mean, you play stupid games, you get stupid
You
prizes.
you are completely playing with fire, and it's your own fault.
Yeah, 100% his fault, and so that's kind of like all of the other stuff that we were kind of talking about before we came on here because there's so many fake videos online that you don't really know if they're fake or not. I mean, there's so many people that are making like fake video after fake video after fake video, and they're posting them about the things that they know will get you upset, right? So
Well, that
so
then they're claiming it that the company themselves are doing it, and that's
right,
not true at all. I mean, how many
right.
times have you come to me about a photo that you're like, "Oh, this seems weird," and I look at it, I'm like,
At least 3 or 4 times.
"No," and the thing is, I'm not just going to tell you it's fake. I'm going to point out why
Why
it's
it's
fake,
fake, right. At least
and
3 or
what
4
you
times.
would normally see in that situation because I'm at Disney all the time. I see how things work. I understand these things.
At least 3 or 4 times I've had to come to you, and I was like, "Explain, like, what's going on here," right? Because so we were kinda talking about that. It's amazing the amount of people that will purposely do things to anger other
Mhm.
people
It's
to
annoying.
go to get their 15 minutes of fame, right? And that's just not just true across like let's say Disney or Funko or just it's not just true there, it's true across everything when it comes to Target, to Bud Light, to people will just purposely do things that have nothing else better to do than to get their 15 minutes of fame. And it's I mean it's almost shameful the amount of people that will put fake stuff out there just to like get a few views. Anyways, let's get off that topic. Funko hasn't given us a whole lot of news that we're going to talk about today. They've given us very little. Funko is kind of like feast or famine, like all the time, and we've always
Yeah.
known this, right? So either we come on here and there's so much stuff that we can't even get through it all, or we come on here and we're going to struggle to make it an hour and a half. Today is one of those days that we might struggle a little. So you might see us chatting about things that maybe don't have anything to do with Funko, but there's a lot of cool things going on with Funko. I don't necessarily know that they're cool, but there is some stuff going on with Funko that we probably need to address because there's going to be a lot of people out there talking about it anyways. Um, we've recently gotten a leaked, I guess they're calling it leaked, a leaked list of the Funko Pops that are coming out in the San Diego Comic-Con. I still think it's super strange that we haven't seen like we've seen
Yeah, but I
nothing.
don't always believe those leaked
I
things
don't either, but we'll look at it anyways because JKL sent it to me, and so JKL's actually been sending me these random messages on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know if JKL's watching or if somebody talks to JKL on regular. Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate him reaching out. It's been so long since like JKL like reached out and just kind of chatted. I truly appreciate it. It makes me remember why we started doing this a while back, right? Because every once in a while JKL will hit me up. Let's hit that chat. I see that we got some cool people sitting in there already.
Yeah, we do have some people. So of course, early on, we had Chase's Kingdom. Hey, Hails to the Kingdom. What's going on? Definitely a good
Hails to
show
the
last
kingdom.
Saturday. I did pop in there for a
I
little
did.
while.
I try and pop in there, but I didn't pop in.
Well, and a lot of times I pop in there because on Saturday mornings, lately I've made it an effort to where that's when I'm editing my news show. So I pop in there,
Oh,
but I try to give him as much view time as I can. So I usually have it sitting. I'll pop in and chat for a little bit, and then I'm not gonna lie, Chase. I actually put it on mute in a lot of cases and still have it playing on the other screen so I can focus on editing the video. Not gonna lie, but I want to make sure to keep it up to what get you that watch time and stuff like that. So it is usually
speaking
on there.
speaking of watch time, man, I don't see him here right now, but we'll talk about it anyways. We have one of the members of our community that is who has his he finally hit his 1,000 and he's struggling on his watch time, and you know how that is, man. I mean,
It's
when you
hard
start like when you hit that watch time, that's where the real like work
challenge.
comes into play, right? A lot of people don't realize that. I cheated my watch time, and look, I'll tell you how I did it. I'll tell you how I did it. So I got toward like the last 1,000 hours, and y'all know that I coach competitive swim team. I actually broadcast the state swim meets live so that people that aren't there can watch them. They normally get around 4,000 watch hours. I broadcasted it on my channel so that I got those watch
Nice.
hours. So look, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I kind of cheated the watch hours a little bit, knowing
It's
that I
not
could.
an easy task to do. Now, I
It
have
is not.
found that originally I thought I was worried at one point because I have dropped below that 4,000 mark, recently. And I was like, oh man, if I drop that, you just have to get to there once
Yeah,
with the thousand to get there. Once you're monetized, it doesn't
yeah.
matter if you drop back down. You stay
Well,
monetized.
I'm there now, man. I hit like 500 hours a month anyway, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter at this point. At some point, like this kind of takes over and you're okay. But I kind of cheated mine a little bit. But we have Simon. Simon, y'all all know Simon over in Canada. He's about 2,000 hours short. I've been kind of
Oh,
devising
that's
a
a big one.
plan. I've been devising a plan to where we could all do a long live together, and we'll do some giveaways and stuff like that. Keep that in your mind, guys, as we're sitting here and think about that. Is
Man, that's
just
crazy. I remember when he started his channel, you and I were probably one of the first two
yeah.
that actually subscribed.
So just know that
That's
I'm going to
pretty
be
awesome.
reaching out to some of y'all that to get together. We'll probably do like a 2.5, 3 hour live together, just to
Yeah, that's
try
good.
and
I
like
don't know.
push. Say what?
Let's schedule something. I'll get some
Yeah.
guys like Chase on there.
Chase, we got the
Um,
Lou that's in the house. I
get
mean,
Andrew come on.
we'll get some heavy hitters in there so that we can do some giveaways. We'll pull
Ooh,
all
you know
our
who we
our
can get?
audience together.
Who I have talked to about coming back on the show at briefly. We haven't set a date, but collecting plastic.
All collecting plastics would be a good one. Anyways, let's keep hitting that chat.
Yes. So again, definitely check him out Saturday mornings. We got Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on, buddy? I
What's up,
appreciate you
Zach?
stopping by. Man, he always changes that icon. I think it's a Joker of some sorts this time. I mean, the downside it's a DC character, but hey, I'll give you that. We've got Quick Draw McGraw. What's going on? We've got the Lou Andrew from the Luau.
Andrew from the Lou,
We've
always in
got
the
Miss
house.
Christina Payne. Best mod in the business.
What is going on, Christina?
We also got DC Pops. What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping on by. I think that's where we're at right now. Now we've got more people viewing, just not enough people that made a chat, and that's all right too. Sometimes people like to watch and not chat, so it's all good too.
So I guess Chase is about halfway to Chase. Look. Let's talk about this.
The watch hours is the hardest thing. People think the 1,000 subs are. No.
Let's talk about this for a minute though, because when I was talking to Simon, I discovered that all of us as a community could help each other out when it comes to this stuff, right? We all know that you can't really pull subscribers. Let's be honest. Even if I did a giveaway for Simon, I would get him at best 100 subscribers, right? At best, right? And some people don't really understand how that works, but I could give you a good example of that. BOP did a giveaway one time, told people to come subscribe to my channel. I got like 200 subscribers from it. He has 40,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I mean, so think about that math for a minute, right? I mean, so you can't really like pull like subscribers. We can, however, as a community, come together and do a big live together with giveaways and get watch hours. I mean, that is 100% something that we can pull off as a community. I mean, it that look. Chase, you need to get with us later, and we need to devise a plan on how we like all come together and make this work. But it'll have to be a longer live.
big multi-stream.
Yeah, it'll have to be a longer live, guys. It'll have to be a multiple person longer live. It'll have to probably be. I'm thinking about 5 or 6 of us. Teams. I don't really know what happened. We'll have to play some kind of games. Was that you or me? That must have been me. Was that me? That must have been me.
Because I'm on my direct right into the wall right now, so I usually don't have that much to problem.
I am too. I don't normally have any problems. Anyways, we'll do some kind of giveaways, some kind of something. Quick Draw says monetized. This is scam. It is, but it's once you get past that hump, it's just kind of good to be past that hump. I mean, you just got to get past that.
Is it all that it's correct to be? Yes, you're gonna watch them pennies and them cents move up, slowly but surely and stuff like that. Definitely, I'm not gonna lie, super chats, things like that, appreciation. That's why we're not shy to tell you that, hey, if you want to do that, we'd always appreciate it. It's always well appreciated, and we are gonna bring the eggs back soon. But I think we're always thinking of new ways to do it and stuff like that. And I'm really trying to find some really cool Disney merchandise to hit you guys up with. So, but yeah, it's cool. It is definitely something that makes you want to rework, rethink, rewatch your analytics even more, and go from there. So
Chase, this is not true. This is 100% not true. If anything, I feel like the algorithm pushes you less.
It's stricter with you.
It is 100% not true. If anything, I feel like it is pushed me less. Even as I'm getting toward like my 4,500, I have to work intensely to get there. So I don't know that I've asked people if it ever starts pushing you. Collecting plastics was one of them that I asked one day if it ever started pushing him, and he told me no. So that's one of them that I don't necessarily know that I agree with. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I want to talk about something that's going to get a lot of negative attention. This is something that people are going to gravitate toward if they haven't already, and made 15,000 videos on how Funko's in trouble, and how they're going to be sued, and how they're going to disappear and go to nothing. Funko is currently under a class action lawsuit. The shareholders, well, this time I think that there might be some. I think this time they might end up in a little bit of financial. They might have to financially like give people back some money, as I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the shareholders in it, and if this ever comes up, it's for some reason my stuff's acting a little weird, and I don't really know why, but for some reason my stuff's moving a little slow at this moment. Let's see if I can add this one to the stream. Maybe I have too much stuff up. Maybe I should close some stuff. I doubt it though.
Well, you laugh at me because I always
Let's
have.
see.
How many windows do I have open right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Well, I don't really have that many.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I have 26 tabs open.
I only have 15 tabs open, but for some reason my stuff's just moving a little slow for whatever reason. So the whole article starts off with the investors are suing over Arizona. So there was some sort of software that Funko didn't have ready for their inventory when they moved from Washington State to Arizona. They didn't have the logistics totally down. There was some software error problems. They didn't get the software kicked out in time. They claimed that the reasons that they were going to Arizona were false reasons, that it wasn't because of manpower was there. So the shareholders might honestly have an argument, and there's some lawyers that believe they have an argument, and Funko might be financially responsible to pay some of these people back. And the whole argument goes over their 59% drop in stock. I guess I didn't realize it was that much at the time. And maybe I said it was more than that, but I can't remember. But it's all over the 59% drop in stock, and they claim that that was an error on Funko's part and that they misled the investors. If if they can prove that they misled them, I mean,
Well, when you go public, regardless, I mean that's why Disney, you know, takes so much in with the stockholders and the investment, because when you decide, if you're a private company and you're not public, then that's one thing. But when you become public and you take other people's money as an investment, and they're asking for small percentages of ownership in that, you're telling them that, hey, I'm willing, if you're willing to put in money, I'm willing to push to try to make the company as valuable and as popular as possible. And that we all know that stocks are always up and down, and you could take a risk. But if you as a company made poor decisions that cost that risk, then yeah, you're held liable for that.
so I read multiple articles before I decided I was going to talk about this, because you know that there's going to be a lot of channels that's going to be telling you Funko's going away. That's not it true at all. That's they could be held financially responsible for something, though. If there's some people out there that can prove that they took significant losses because Funko misled them into believing that their stock was doing better than it, the company was doing better than it was. I mean, a good example is what Chris just said. Once you go public, you can't lie about way things are going. And if they can prove that Funko somehow lied to them and said that the grass was green when in fact it was brown, then there's maybe a conversation that's going to be had.
Yeah.
Whether that conversation goes anywhere or not, people have to remember that. Do you remember? Check this out. This is a good example of this. Do you remember when the guy sued McDonald's for the hot coffee? Do you remember that? It was a lady. The
I thought it
coffee
was an old
spilled on her
lady.
lap. Yeah, it was a lady. The coffee spilled on her lap. She sued him for $3 million. Was the settlement was $3 million. Now what people don't tell you is that McDonald's took that back to court and only paid this lady $3,000 in her medical bills.
Yeah.
So whether or not Funko has to pay anything, it will probably, and if they do, it'll probably be very small in the grand scheme of things. If they have to do anything, I don't think that they'll have to do anything. I think this is a power move. I think that people are trying to say, hey, look, if you're going to run the company, you're going to have to run it a little bit more due diligently than what you're doing it. You can't just fly by the hips and pray that you get by. I
Yeah.
think that this is more about you're going to be held accountable than it is you're going to have to pay us. One of the largest shareholders, though, is actually a company in, I think it's Switzerland, is what I was reading. They own almost $1 billion in almost $1 million in Funko, which to me was pretty high.
Well, I
I
think
can't
eBay
remember
can
who it was,
also
but
take charge in that too, because I remember eBay had bought up a buttload of shares, almost taking majority ownership to a certain aspect.
eBay did, and I can't remember because I've read so many articles now. I can't remember what company it was, but this company is actually the largest shareholder in Funko. It's almost a million is what they're into. It's like 900 and some odd $1,000, which is more money than I have in my account. But anyways, I don't think it'll go anywhere. So when you start getting all of the propaganda negative stuff out there, just remember that this stuff happens every day, and that Funko is a really new company, and they're kind of they're still getting their legs out from under them. You have to remember that this is a
Mistakes are
company
gonna
that started
happen.
from basically nothing. Yeah, I mean this company basically started from a guy having an idea that he was going to make a bobblehead that he was going to sell at the San Diego Comic-Con, that then turned into what you see today. So
Well,
so
and
things are
the
going
thing
to
is,
happen.
with companies like that, I can have a lot of respect for. Um, and that's no different than the original owner of Nike. He started out selling his Nike shoes out of his back of his car.
Right.
Making them stuff like that. So I got a lot of respect for a large corporation going from nothing and making it into something. I mean that's impressive nonetheless.
So that's the one thing people need to keep in mind when they're thinking about this is that Funko was built from nothing. I mean, it's a company that was built from a guy's idea. What is his name? Toy Maker Mike on Instagram. You are Fun Maker Mike. Is that his name? Fun
Yeah,
Maker
something.
Mike or something like that on Instagram. You can go find him over there. I mean, this dude started it from him and another guy basically started this company from nothing. To me, it's hard to say that they're going to go away at this point, and we're never going to see them again because I don't believe that to be the case. I believe that this is a you're going to be held accountable conversation, and that's all it'll ever be. Is some lawyer somewhere is going to try and hold them accountable, which probably they should. They probably should. You shouldn't mislead people into believing that the grass is green when in fact it is not. Have you seen? Check this out. I know you're not a Funko soda guy. I know you're not a soda guy. 100% I'm aware of this. Have you seen these though? You're gonna like these.
Actually, no, I don't like that chase even more. I hate that they did that to
What?
Mickey. Oh yeah, I'm a Mickey purist, bro. I am straight up a Mickey purist that you don't screw with the mouse.
What?
You don't, and that black light is absolutely effing horrendous. I mean that's straight up
So,
borderline. That's straight up borderline Chuck E. Cheese bullshit. That's please that is the worst
so,
fucking abomination I've ever seen.
so I guess I was wrong when I seen these. I thought, man, Chris is gonna like this.
No.
Look
Oh
at this.
god,
I
that's
didn't
even
see that they were
fucking
black
worse.
light.
Oh good lord, I'm annoyed by this.
Oh, oh. All right, I guess I I I guess
Oh,
I
that is
didn't
that is
see these
that is horrible.
oh, oh my
And
god,
on
that
top
thing
on
is
top of it, you
bad.
done screwed up because if you're gonna at least do mini right, you at least have to have at minimum you have to have the bow be polka dot, dumbasses.
All right, so this is what
God,
happens
that's
when you
so
fire your
annoying.
artist. This is what happens when you fire your artist team.
I can't believe Disney signed off on this
Oh,
is the worst
this
part of that.
this is what happens when you fire the artist team. You
I really can't believe Disney signed off on that. That is horrible. That is
you get these
100%
god
horrible.
awful black light chase variants. I didn't even look at the chase variants. I just looked at the comment.
Here's the thing. There's certain in a lot
Look
of
at
circles.
that.
Now, are you going to get the again? Even that's not right because there's no. First of all, there's no polka dot there. The purple bow isn't even right. You're gonna okay. I don't. I got to rant now. This is. First of all, you're gonna have some people that claim to be Disney fans that are going to invite in like these and go with them.
Oh no.
You're gonna have the soda YouTubers that are gonna go crazy and make you think this is the best thing since sliced bread for Disney, and it's not. Here's the thing: is majority of diehard Disney fans, such as myself, there's certain things you can do. There's certain things you can experiment. You do not screw with the Fab Five, and if you don't know what the Fab Five is, the Fab Five is Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, and Pluto. You do not screw with the Fab Five. This is screwing with the Fab Five, and it's not even not even done well. It's not even getting the details. If you're gonna at least put out a Mickey item, at least get the details right. There's no details to this at all, and it's just it's horrendous. No way, shape, and form should this ever be made. And I hope the price of this tanks horribly. I'm sure we have a couple soda YouTubers out there that are going to magically pull a perfect one of each because they're sent them by Funko, really, even though they won't claim that they are, but they are. Um, you know, this is
You're still struggling. Hey, so while you're struggling a second, there's a new feature like in your chat, right? So if you look just to the right of your chat, if you're on your cell phone, you'll see the little heart over there, right?
Uh,
If you'll click on that heart, you can tap that heart up top and it'll do like it'll do like TikTok, right? It'll put little hearts on the screen. So while you're sitting there and Chris is ranting, you should be tapping those little laughing
oh, this
faces
is
and stuff over
annoying
there.
me. Every bit of this is annoying me.
Um, this is absolutely hysterical. So when I was looking at these, I was not looking at like what the chase variants were. I just seen these and I was like, man, Chris is really gonna like Chris is
Go
really
back
gonna
to the
like
color isn't even right. You're trying to mix.
hold on.
You're trying to mix a black and white. Almost a black and white version of these characters with
Oh
color.
my
You either
god.
do black and white or you
That is
don't, or you do color or
so
you don't. If you do
bad.
color, his facial shouldn't be white. His facial should be more of a tannish, off
That's
white type
so
of. Oh god.
bad.
Oh, this is so
So
bad.
bad. So what they should have did is what you just you said it 100%. They should have just made one black and white. They should have made one of them with the
I would have
color,
been. I
one of
would have
them
been
just
do
black and
do
white,
do a straight up color and then do a straight up black and white.
black and white. Yeah, I that is so I didn't even look at the chase variants.
I agree with Zach.
Um,
It straight up looks like a bootleg blacklight. That's pretty much what it looks like.
yeah, so
I
bad.
mean,
But
badly.
Quick Draw has a valid point over there. The
And I
Disney
would
fans are
agree
gonna
with him
buy
as
this
well.
regardless, they're gonna buy it. It didn't
It,
matter.
you know,
They could have put him holding poop and clapping. They would have
it
still bought it.
you know what, who's going to buy this again, other than the Soto people who are going to buy whatever they get anyways, is the people that, how in sports, right, you always get those bandwagon fans that will jump from, good team to good team, and when the team is bad, they're not fans. That's who's going to buy this. This is people that claim to be Disney fans, but they're not really Disney fans. In true reality, they're going to buy this thinking, oh, I got to buy this because it's Disney and it's Mickey. And the real collectors like myself are going to be like, that is an abomination and should be, that entire stack be set on fire.
I think I agree with you. It's slightly hilarious, but there is some.
Well, I think Wayne figured out his internet's not doing well and it completely went out. I agree with you, Lou. It is horrendous, and I don't have a lot of trigger things, but that's definitely a trigger to say that is absolutely horrible. That's bad, and it should never happen. Oh, there you are.
I probably shouldn't back out like when I'm going to different like windows. I should probably like have a rule of thumb that I don't back out when I do those things. All right. So it is really bad. It is extremely bad. There is some other stuff though that I want to talk about on the site that I believe is equally as bad, to be completely honest. For
That's
some
bad.
reason Funko has not been hitting on all cylinders when it comes to things lately. But I really think that it's because they fired their artist team.
Well, I think they did that in preparation of all the idiots that decided that art series was actually something good. So in the same time they fired everyone else that was good, they just should have fired those idiots.
Right. So, at some point, Funko like fired their whole artist team. I can't even remember why. There was some controversy as to what was going on. We know that there was a lot of people that made lots of content on it, probably made like lots of money as well. The NBA Dennis Rodman. So this one is it says it's a limited edition, but it doesn't tell you like what the limited number is. I couldn't find anywhere on here about it having a limited number, which tells me that it's not at all a limited edition.
Why are they forcing
I
these
let me
bags
say
down
something.
everybody's throat?
And this is not a lounge fly bag. This is just an
Yeah,
NBA flag. You know that at some point Funko started knocking off their own lounge fly stuff,
yeah.
which was kind of funny. Yeah, guys, make sure you're tapping that heart for me over there though. At some point they started knocking off their own stuff, which was really strange, right? So they started knocking off their own stuff. This one says limited edition piece, but let me explain something about like limited editions. Unless it comes with the number and it's numbered. Okay, so I'll use the soda as an example. The soda has a 10,000 piece, right? It says it's a 10,000 piece limited edition. It's really not a limited edition unless they put one of 10,000, 2 of 10,000, 3 of 10,000, 4 of 10,000, 5 of 10,000, 6 of 10,000. And then it comes with a letter of authenticity that says that this is one of 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Funko doesn't do any of those. So what Funko does is considered an open limited edition, right? So an open limited edition means that it's limited to 10,000 in this area, but it could also have 10,000 in Canada, and it could also have 10,000
Oh yeah, I hate
in
that.
Europe, and it could also have 10,000 in China. It just means that it's a limited edition. It doesn't tell you how limited, just simply limited, right? So at some point they won't make them, but right now it's limited. Simon, I truly, truly, truly appreciate you, brother. And I haven't had a chance to like hit this smoky today, so we're gonna hit this smoky real quick.
Damn!
It's moving a little slower on my end. So, anyways, I wanted to clear that up because it says limited edition. Having me on last week. We appreciate you coming on, brother. I don't see the limited edition number on this. I don't think that it's. I think Funko's doing everything they can to squeeze those pennies out of people. I know that they did Dennis Rodman in a different color hair, which is what they should have did to begin with. But honestly, they should have did the bright green with the
Didn't he?
black
Didn't he?
cheetah print.
Didn't they already do the rainbow hair?
They did, but one of my when I think of Dennis Rodman and I think about like iconic Dennis Rodman hairs is he had like that bright green with the cheetah
Yeah,
print. Do you
I
remember
remember
which
that
one?
one.
So
Yeah,
he,
the
he
cheetah
did like
print.
he did like the cheetah print. This is not the cheetah print. It doesn't say how limited it is. To me, this one's super sketch when it comes right down to it. There's no numbers on the box. I know a lot of people would say, well, later they're going to add a number. If they add a number later, it's because they only could sell so many of them. So then they're trying to like get you into the fear of FOMO. I am convinced that that's what we're doing now when we're like, oh, well, it's actually a 5,000 piece limited edition. Well, that's because now I got to like play the fear of FOMO and hope that like you buy into it is what I think happens at that point. This is probably one of the coolest. I want to talk about this one for a second. Do you have any of the Funko Golds?
No, I don't. I don't know. I just
None of
never.
them. You didn't.
There was
You
a
didn't get
few of
into
them
any
that
of them.
were kind of. There's a few of them that were kind of cool, but I think a lot of them, it's like there was the same head on almost like every single one of them.
Oh, well, the one thing I can say that this is probably the strongest one. The only one that I have is the Biggie Smalls, the very first one that they made. To me, I think that I was even an advocate, right? I said that this was going to be a hot
Yeah,
line for them. It turned out that every one of the faces look exactly the same, every one of the poses look exactly the same, every one of the figures look exactly the same, with the exception of the jerseys that they're wearing.
yeah,
I think that this is the first one that I've seen in a long time that I feel like is suiting. This one is suiting to the actual Jordan, right? I mean, so this one to me, when I see this, I will see Jordan. This is probably the strongest gold
yeah.
I think I've
Like
seen in a
a
long
young
time.
Jordan. I would have rather
100%.
them put if you're gonna do like a younger Jordan, do like that old school Bulls jersey with the cursive writing. You remember
Yes.
which one I was talking about?
Yes.
That would have been cooler. But and again, I actually got. I don't know if anybody caught it because it's on Amazon Plus right now. But they had that movie Air that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon did about basically the story of how he became, how the Jordan brand started and all this other stuff. It was actually pretty impressive. It was actually, I rather enjoyed the movie quite a bit. And what's funny in that movie is they, other than showing like actual like past like normal clips that you'd find off YouTube, they were not allowed to use Jordan's. A lot of times they'll find a character to play that character, right?
Right.
Every time they would show his mom, they would show his dad, and they had somebody play those characters. But every time it would like try to show him like in the meeting room, his face was always covered by something. They couldn't actually
Well,
show Jordan
right.
himself's face. It was kind of funny.
All right. So not to get political. Jordan and Nike just kind of fell out here in the last like few weeks. Jordan is pulling his contract from Nike. So coming shortly, you won't see any more of the Jordans with Nike, even though that's happened before. It's about to happen again. He basically just said that their brands didn't line up in the same direction anymore, and that he was going to be pulling away from them. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not going to talk about like why or who cares. It was his prerogative to do what he had to do. But that's so the only Jordans you're going to see in Nike are the last remaining ones they have under contract, and then I would say within the next 6 months you're no longer going to see like Jordans with Nike again. They're going to be strictly like his own brand, which he's done this before, so it's not super shocking to me that he's doing it again. But I just want to throw that out there since we were talking
I've
about Jordan.
actually sorry, I did because I had this first time I heard that. It was kind of surprising since that Air movie just came out recently, and to show that partnership. But I did go on here real quick, and there are multiple reputable locations saying that there was a claim that Jordan had ended his partnership with the Jordan brand. It was actually found to be false.
Oh, was it? Well, that's good because I
Yeah,
was reading the article was talking about his daughter. His daughter was the one that was spearheading that, but I didn't want to talk about it too much because it's his business and no one else's business
yeah.
how he feels
I
about
mean,
what they
again,
did.
what he decides to do with his business, I mean, it's his
Right,
name, so it's his brand,
right.
and he's gonna go in there. Yeah, it sounds like from I just looked at three different locations of reputable locations, and it does seem like the claim was actually false.
Well, that's good because I like I said I had read an article, but I wasn't going to get super detailed with it because at the end of the day, I believe people are allowed to do whatever they want to do with their brands. That's their brand and
Exactly.
their business as to how they decide to carry forward with it. It's I think as as consumers, sometimes we think our voice is worth more than it is. Does that make sense? That didn't come
Yeah.
out wrong, right? I think sometimes as consumers, we think that like our voice should carry more weight in the
Oh,
company than it does. And I try and not like play those lines. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. So I know that he did it before. I know that that was something that Jordan had
I
done
know
before.
exactly
So
I know
I
exactly where
wasn't
these
totally
bad.
shocked.
This goes back to. I'm not going to go into details on. I just caught wind of why and why this whole claim happened. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but it goes back to what we were saying in the beginning: is people putting up things just to get attention,
Yeah.
it's
People
very
love
sad
getting attention.
the real reason this fake claim was made.
Well,
But I'll
well,
just
look,
end it
that's some of our fault. So, so here's kind of so the fact that people put up always negative content is kind of our fault as
there. Yeah.
consumers again because we click on it and watch it. We let them draw us in with the negative energy and we watch it. So that tells them that let's do another one. Let's do another one that's negative. Let's do another one that's negative. Let's do another one that's negative. Let's do another one. Before you know it, that's the whole brand. So
Well, and it's sad the way things have to go nowadays. Because okay, now I'll say what the thing is there was claims that he had left Nike after Nike had decided to collaborate with social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney, who is also collaborated with Bud Light and all that other stuff. Claims were made that Jordan had separated from Nike because of collaboration, when in fact Jordan himself has come out saying that he actually had no issue with the collaboration and thinks it was a smart business move. It's
I
sad that
at the end of the
that
day,
claim
as
came out because of
consumers, at the end of the day, as consumers, sometimes, like I said a second ago, we think that our opinion holds more weight within the company than it honestly does. If you don't agree with what a company does, then just don't purchase the products. I
that.
don't need the politics brought into it. I don't need all the negative stuff that's brought into it. If you don't like it, just don't do it. I mean, it's super simple how that like works. Everything else to me is just background noise. This guy right here, the this
Oogie
so
boogie.
so there is a list of these that are supposed to be coming out. I'm gonna get this list pulled up here in just a second. That is kind of
I'm
this
not.
this leak. I'm sure that a lot of us have seen it.
Compared to those Mickey ones, I'm not upset by this one. I just think the chase is weak as hell. I think if you're gonna do something with um, Oogie Boogie, your chase should be, after like an all bug Oogie Boogie, like at the end or something like that. I just think slapping some glow in the dark paint on him is just weak.
So I see the Diss Tracker like slid in here again. Diss Tracker keeps changing his name to keep my toes, keep me on my toes. Johnny, what's going on, brother? Simon, we see you in the house. I'm with you. They need to start doing something new with Oogie Boogie.
Don't forget that Johnny Knight and D will both be on Wayne Tech at the very end of the month before they start their new season. And they are going to release all their upcoming new changes to the show on our show.
They 100% need to start doing something new with Oogie Boogie, other than but let me tell you what I like about this. So, I I didn't think that I would be a 3-liter fan until I bought the Hulk. I think that was the one that I had to have was the
Mhm.
Hulk, and I didn't want the red one. Thank God I didn't get the Chase variant of that one. And then I had to get the Juggernaut because I always miss everything Juggernaut, even though that's one of my favorite characters. We all know that I draw toward the anti-heroes, right? I
Yeah.
gravitate toward the anti-heroes. Um, Juggernaut, I wanted to chase it, that one didn't get it. But the 3 liters, man, these things are cool. They remind me of a designer plastic. They're bigger in size. Now, true, they're $40, but if you went to another designer plastic for that size, any super plastic that I own is $80 to $100.
Yeah.
I mean, every super plastic that I own, and it's about the same size as these guys. Uh, I mean, so when you go to like apples to apples, I they're really not that expensive when you look at it that way. I mean, it's really not that of an expensive thing. But that one's really cool. There is a list of, and that's what I was getting pulled up. There is a list of these guys out there that that I think will probably be the strongest 3 liters that they
Yeah.
made to date, if we're
Two
being
things
honest.
with this, and I do agree with some of the people in the chat. I,
You
I
with me?
mean, they said it was red. That looks to be orange.
Hello.
I don't agree with they need to get
Man, my
better
PC
with
is
matching the bottle color with the character. I agree that a green or a purple would have been better for that. And then the second one is we got a comment from Johnny Knight. It says, Johnny Dwayne, can you not see the member for 7 months? We cannot unless we
I
are
can't.
actually monitoring, which we don't
I
all the time. The 7 month member thing does not come up in StreamYard.
So I even have it pulled up on my phone, but my phone did something strange and it kind of like stuck down here with some moderator stuff. So no, I can't. Johnny, who's on there? Tell us who's on there. That way we can tell them we appreciate them. No, I my phone did something weird very early on into the chat. Most of the time, it tells me there's only 2 people watching. I'm having some kind of internet issues today. Something strange is going on, and I hope that it's not affecting the view of this. I guess my hopes are that it's not affecting all of y'all like the way that it's affecting me at this moment. How about the Apple? I have not so I haven't seen the apples yet, and I know that them and Disney are actually doing like some kind of collaboration with that, which
It's
was
just more of an augmented reality thing with Disney, but I'll actually put it up here because this is still kind of pop culture type information. So of course we have the Vision Pro. I did watch the entire keynote yesterday. They the big news other than talk about the new software for the iOS, the Mac OS, the Watch OS, the Apple TV OS, everything of that nature, all the new upgrades because that's what the WWDC is for, is to talk about the software because it is a developers conference. They also talked about some new upgrades to the Macs. Of course, the big news was the Vision Pro. This is Apple's first, what I guess, real crack at our augmented reality with the first spatial computing of this, and it's the goggles are no different in size. Have you seen like the Quest glasses?
I have, yeah, I have Quest.
So Quest is, it's rather similar. The difference, and what some people were kind of getting confused on, is I think different from Quest is you can trying to find a regular article down here. So this is kind of more some of it. But the
Ah,
Quest, it goes in and it's covered in front. There's images of the Vision Pro where it's showing your eyes. So everyone's like, "Oh, it's see through." No, the thing is not see through at all. What it is it projects. It takes, because actually the inside actually have two eye holes, so it doesn't technically see your nose. But when you first set it up, you kind of take a front image of your face, and it can actually match. So the eyes that are on the front of this thing are actually a image of your eyes and not your actual. Well, it is your actual eyes, but it matches it. So the technology on this is quite interesting. It's quite crazy. So here's some of it where you can do pretty much everything you do on your phone, your watch, whatever you can do on these, but you can kind of set it up everywhere. They're kind of, because of the price point. I don't know if you heard what the price point is. Um,
what is it?
the price point's $3,500.
That sounds about right. I mean,
But they're promoting this as is definitely something where, and they said it at the very end. Well, let's say you're going to go out and buy a new TV and a new surround sound system and all this stuff. You're going to spend, depending on how big your TV you get, you can spend quite a bit of money. So this is going to be in the same, because you can do the same thing. You can put the glasses on, you can watch a movie, you can make the screen as big as small as you want in front of your vision. What's cool about it is they even have a little like dial like they have on the watches on the top corner. And let's say you're on an airplane and you want to watch something, but you really don't want to have the image of everybody else around you. You can turn it to where it's almost like all you're seeing is like outside. You're not even
right.
in a plane, you're not even in anything. But if someone comes up to you, the image of that person will still come up to you. So you can still see people come up and talk to you, if need be, and then you can kind of push them on out. So the technology on this is, I mean, superior than anything I've ever seen. Now, am I going to go out and spend $3,500 on these? Absolutely not.
Not at first. I'll wait a few years. I'll let it come down to about 1,500, and then I'd pay 1,500 for it. But no,
Yeah,
that seems really cool.
I also wouldn't buy them on the first round.
No,
In a lot of cases with
I let everybody
brand
else
new
experiment.
technology like this, let they've tested it with a group of people, small group of people. Now they sell it out to millions of people. You're going to find a lot more bug problems. You're going to find a lot more things. I mean, just look at it when there was the iPad. The very first iPad was a thick iPad.
Yeah,
And then, within the first or second versions after that, all of a sudden it went half the size. So I would rather let them work out the kinks and work out the bugs over these next couple years before you get to that. But I mean, the technology on this is absolutely astonishing. I will give them that. It is
it's
something cool.
it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see where we go as a society going forward. Johnny, I truly appreciate you for being a member for the past 7 months. Look, it's nothing but love for everybody who supports us in this journey that we've been on. I truly appreciate you, brother. I'm sorry that I'm having some kind of crazy internet problems. Normally I try and catch those like in the chat so that I can say thank you, but it doesn't come up on the StreamYard, unfortunately. It never has. I can't get that list to pull up on my PC for whatever reason. But the new three liters that they are supposedly that are going to be dropping at SDCC. Now remember that these are 100% like supposed, right? I mean, I just speculation at this point as to which ones are really going to be there versus which ones are not going to be there. One of them is going to be a Chewbacca, which I guess we've kind of already seen a Chewbacca.
Yeah.
The next one is gonna be a Darth Vader. I don't really know how I feel about the Darth Vader.
Again, two characters that I think's been overdone. And how many ways can you change them?
A lot. They've been well overdone many times. They've been overdone too many times. And then the last one that I think is going to be a huge success, depending on how many they made, is going to be Jessica Rabbit. Now that all
Ooh.
three of those are simply speculation to me. It sounds like they have too many of them. That sounds like too many to me. I could be completely
Well, I
wrong
think
though, but
they've done a Jessica Rabbit before, and it was very popular. And I
in the
can't
3 liter
remember. It
though,
might have been limited.
in the
Uh,
3 liter though, that'll be a little bit
3 liter
different,
could be
right?
interesting.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit different than the 3 liter.
That
There
bottle
is a
better be red. I'm telling you that now.
yeah, Yeah, there is a bunch of them though, so I'm not gonna like go over all of them. There is a bunch of them that are on the list. It's way more than I think we will ever see, but there's a few Star Wars, there's a Scooby Doo, there's a Stranger Things. We always know that you got to have some kind of Stranger Things. They got Little Mermaid that's on there, some new X-Men, some new Superman variants, some 10-inch Pokemons. We've already seen a lot of those. Harley Quinn. There's way more on this leaked list than I think that we normally see. So I've got a whole lot of speculation if that's true or not. I think that it's strange that Funko hasn't announced what's coming on there. But I also thought of something today that Funko hasn't announced. Have you noticed that Funko didn't
Okay.
announce any new Pride Pops this year?
Oh, they did the droid ones. That's really it. That's the only thing that
Right,
they
but
did.
every year they normally announce like 6 of I have 20 just sitting right there from the past, like, 2 years. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
normally
only thing
there's
I'd seen was about the new droids, and that was it. There's nothing else that really came out. Now I don't know if that's due to the fact of working on, limited, slowing down the production. I don't know. I don't know if that's what if it has anything to do with that. I will say the boxes for those droids are hot as hell. Those things are awesome, but
well, they normally do, I wanna say at least 6 is normally what they do.
yeah,
They normally do, like, 6 of them a year. I've only seen the droids that they're doing this year. Seems super strange to me that they didn't, like, jump out and they weren't like, "Hey, this is going to be our." It seems really weird to me that that happened this year.
camp fun days.
Fun Days is going to be July. I have this written down somewhere. It is going to be July. Where is it at? Let me just look at it on here.
Is this the one where they always
21st at
do the
7
Freddy
PM. They're not going to be
Funko
holding this at the same spot.
that I missed the past 2 years? Is this that mystery box one
Yes,
that they
this
do?
is
Where
where you
okay,
always get your Freddy Funko mystery boxes. Yes, this is 100% that box. I'm a little concerned though this year that we're not going to see these boxes. The Funko is very. We always know Funko is unorganized, right? I mean, we're used to Funko at this point being unorganized. We're used to them doing unorthodox things that don't work. I mean, we're used to Funko doing things a little different than
yeah,
most rationally thinking people do. Um, this year they upped the price, so it was $150 a person last year. It's $200 a person this year. They didn't limit the number, so it used to be limited to 200 people. I want to say that that's because they were doing that mystery box. They limited the number so that they could control how many of those mystery boxes they had there. I'm willing. I'm not going to bet, but I'm speculating that us as the rest of the world are not going to be able to get these boxes. And if we get these boxes, they're going to be on a secondary market. I'm speculating that you're only going to be able to get these boxes from the convention. Now, the reason I'm speculating that is because they upped the price and they're not limiting the numbers. So if they only made 1,000 of them and they let 1,000 people come in the door, well then obviously they're not going to have any more of the boxes left. That is not so unheard of, though these boxes used to only be available at the site.
yeah.
So I'm 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 speculating that this year that we're not going to see these boxes. If we do, we
Two
already
hundred
know
dollars for a ticket though. That's crazy.
$200 a ticket. $200 a ticket. It just crazy, crazy, crazy to me that they upped the price of the tickets to the point that they
Yeah,
did. It also is crazy to me that they haven't limited the number. They also changed the venue, so it's not going to be at the same place that it was the previous years. I think my speculation is they're going to a bigger venue so that they can have more people, so that they could sell more tickets, so and that's why that's what leads me to believe that we're not going to get our hands on these mystery boxes this year. I hope that I'm wrong more than anybody here, because I love getting those boxes and opening those boxes and seeing what Freddy's I got my hands on. That's how my whole wall of Freddy's happened behind me. So I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Unfortunately, I think that that's and we see how unorganized they are even with Pride Month. I mean, That's not something that Funko normally doesn't let any opportunity to make money go wayside.
Yeah.
Right, and they let Pride Month go on wayside, so that tells me that they're very unorganized right now. We all knew coming into this year, though, that this was a year of Funko rebuilding.
Yeah.
We knew that this was their year to rebuild, so I think that we're gonna see some crazy, crazy things happen this year that we're not gonna understand, but I think it makes financial sense for them, and I think financially, it's gonna make more sense to have 1,000 people there versus 200, and if they only and look, most of these pops are only limited to 2,000 pieces. I mean, so 1,000 pieces, 2,000 pieces. So if you have 2,000 people there, there's clearly not enough of them left for the rest of us to get our hands on. Just my speculation, guys. 100% speculation, but I that's what I believe is going on there. Um, have you seen the Pac-Man Legos? Do you put together Legos at all?
Not for a long time. I mean, you'd think I would, since we do have a big Lego store down at Disney Springs, so I can pretty much get any type of. I mean, they pretty much sell every Lego set you could think of. But no, I think just the overall price that they charge for Legos is kind of pushed me off. But I mean, I've liked some of the ones when they did the Marvel, like with the heads and the gauntlet and stuff like that. Is definitely cool. Just never pulled the plug on actually doing one.
Check this out. Quick Draw says $200. No thanks. He'll go to Chuck E. Cheese. he said he'll go to Chuck E. Cheese instead. So Lego. My daughter's really into Lego. She has a Lego typewriter, some bus. She got the child. She has a BB-8. She has just crazy amounts of like Legos. They're kind of expensive. This is one of them that's in that really expensive realm, but this is also one of them that she wants. Like, I gotta play the video. This has a video, and I'm gonna try and like mute the sound, and if they ding me, they ding me. But I'm gonna try and like play this video and get away with it because it's just advertisement, right? Um, this thing is really cool. Now, no, my sound's muted. Check this thing out.
That is kind of interesting.
So
Can it
this thing
play?
has the insides on it that also has a Pac-Man scene. This thing flips back and forth so that you get to see the ghost. You press this button, the coin thing lights up, right? Check this out. You crank this and it looks like you're playing the game with added scores. Lego is look, these people are so creative. These people are so creative. It
There is
is
definitely some
mind-blowing.
there's definitely some master builders out there, you know. What's funny is I wouldn't want to be. I don't know how they make these. There's probably someone doing a master builder making these, and the guy who's got to write that instruction book on how to build it. Good lord, I feel bad
Just
for him.
what? Right? I mean, just
They're gonna
what?
at some point the guy's gonna like, what did you do? Really? I gotta
What?
tell people how to make this?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what? So this thing is salty when it comes to the price. It's $269. I guess when I say salty, that's not that far off. I mean, like the typewriter was like
It's not that bad. I mean, I
$250.
remember when they did the Cinderella's Castle. Cinderella's Castle was like $300.
Right. So it's about the standard price for the high-end Lego stuff builds like this. This 2,651 pieces. It says that it's 18 plus. I have discovered that when they put like that 18 plus on there, that it's almost like past my ability of thinking because the typewriter had a few spots in it that I had to help my daughter with that almost ran me crazy trying to like figure out exactly what they were trying to get you to do. Um, Insane, insane. You wanna talk about, like, doing a Lego build live? I bet this Lego build live would take you days to complete.
If you're gonna do a video on that, you're gonna have to do it one of those time lapse.
Time lapse. Yeah. Yeah, dude. So it has the whole circuit board on the back of it, and then it has another little like Pac-Man scene, a little Pac-Man. It's look, they did a great job. I love the artwork that they put on the side of it. I mean, they just did an amazing job with this, and it also helps that I have a real life Pac-Man machine sitting over there in the corner. So I mean, I can tell you that just looking at the two that it's it's pretty close to reality. pretty close to reality. I think that was super cool. I wanted to talk about that though. I didn't know how many people in the chat would be a Pat man. I see that
That's pretty
Zach says
cool. I will say, especially not only the the set, but the fact that it moves and changes along with it. I mean, that's creative. I mean, that's just pretty cool.
I mean, just some creativity went into that, right? I mean, there was some serious creativity that like went into that one. Did you know that they're talking about there's going to be a Hocus Pocus 3
There is. It was
movie coming
officially
back out?
announced a couple days ago.
What?
Officially announced Hocus Pocus 3 with all the main three actors returning.
Hocus Pocus 3 with all of the actors are returning.
Mhm.
That is insane. Absolutely insanity. I didn't know if you had seen that one coming or if you heard about that one
I,
or
I
what
got
had
I got the
happened.
notification saying that it was official that Disney did announce it. Yeah, it was actually
So
kind of
so
crazy.
Well, that's pretty awesome. So I don't think this one. I think the second one was kind of a stretch, to be honest. I think that this one will be even further of a stretch. I don't know if y'all ever like check this guy out who does these really awesome like the pops on the rise. There's a lot of people that like jump in there and they kind of use like his stuff, but I think it's really cool. So I just kind of wanted to show some of these that he is showing off that they have the pops that are on the rise. If that ever like pops up on the screen, I'm sure that it's gonna any minute now.
quick draw, quick
Any
draw
minute now.
says, let me put this up here. Pretty cool, but with my house being filled with plastic dolls, I have no room for something like that.
Plastic doll. He said plastic dolls. Well, my house being full of plastic dolls. Somebody asked me the other day. They said, 'cause they said, how many do you have? And I said, well, I think I have like 1,500 plus is what I think. And they said, well, how do you have room for that? And I said, well, I have the whole basement. They said, well, how big's the basement? I said, the size of some people's houses. it's, it's awful. So
That's
pops
like
on
I
the
mean, that's like Chase's room. I don't know how many. I don't know how he's fitting any more pops in that room that he does his filming in. But God, that thing's
oh,
filled from to the ceiling.
Okay, so honestly, I haven't done any videos of my studio lately because I have to really clean my studio out. I need 2 more shelves. Like my fear of asking for shelves. I need 2 more shelves to get everything totally like cleaned up and looking right again. And then I think that I'm gonna tear everything out of here and repaint everything again. I have a whole new vision of what things look like and how I'm doing them, which is I think that I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to some things. I want my lighting set up different. I want rails. Anyways. So I haven't been showing that because mine's kind of a cluster and I don't like it.
Mhm.
My studio is kind of a cluster at this moment. It's that's that I kind of started a series the other day, and I don't know if you've seen this one, but the first one's dropped like yesterday. What's on Wayne's desk? It was like what pops are on Wayne's desk at this moment, and I promise you, there's 20 plus that I'll be going through just to clean off my desk. I'm like, all right, it's time to like let's start getting this back under control. But it's like 20 plus just to clean off my desk. So this one is going to be the 2016 Vaulted Five Nights at Freddy convention, and I don't really know like what exclusive it was, but this was a convention exclusive gold Freddy. It looks like it was a San Diego, if I or maybe it looks like San Diego when I'm looking at it, but I could be wrong. So I guess right now it's selling somewhere around $95 to $210, just depending on what sticker you have. Y'all know how that works, right? I mean,
Mhm.
if it's got the shared label versus the convention sticker. I don't collect any Five Nights at Freddy stuff, but I mean it's also 2016, which is slightly before I started collecting. And then we have the 2020. Check this out. Check this out. 2020. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This one is trading somewhere or selling somewhere around $50. I don't have a clue what this guy is. Do you know who this is?
I know it's what Charlie is. I believe I've never seen the show. I've just seen like small clips. I believe that's Charlie Day's character from the show. He's kind of the goofy one, but he's been on. Is that he was a little squirrely guy from Horrible Bosses. If you've ever seen that, but I believe that's Charlie Day's character. I have no idea what the suit is or what it's associated. Never really watched the show.
I have zero clue. I have no clue whatsoever. Zero. None. Zip. Zilch. Let's go to the next one here. The next one's going to be a My Hero Academia 2020. This one, this is the Hello Kitty line, which is kind of crazy.
They
I
changed their
actually
logo for My Hero Academia?
it's not changed. So let me.
Oh.
I actually have this whole set. Look, I'll sell you
Wait,
mine
why
for
does that say
$50.
Sanrio?
I'll sell you mine for $50 right now. You shoot me a message on Instagram. I got you. I got you. If you need this one,
Oh,
you let me know. Let me tell you what happened with this one. So I had two buddies that were working at GameStop. They knew that I was getting everything My Hero Academia. Everything My Hero Academia that came in there, I was buying. Right? They called me up one day and said, "Hey man, we got 6 new My Hero Academia pops here. Do you want us to hold them for you?" I said, "Well, absolutely. I don't know of any like new Hero Academia pops that are coming, but it doesn't mean that it's unheard of because it does happen, right? This
yeah.
100% does happen." I get there, and all 6 of these guys are My Little Kitty Hero Academia pops. Hey, I bought them because I had them hold them for like 2 days. They just kind of had them holding in the back room for me until I got there. I have all 6 of these Hello Kitty My Hero Academia. And I've just kind of held on to them ever since. It's kind of funny,
So
to be
so this
honest.
is so this isn't just My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia mixed with Hello Kitty.
Yeah, this is My Hero Academia mixed with Hello Kitty, which makes it even worse. It 100% amplifies how bad it is.
Mhm.
100% amplifies that it's pretty bad, but apparently it's going up in value. So it's what maybe if I hold on to
That's
it for
just as
10 years.
weird as what was that other one? That Ninja Turtles mixed with friggin' Power Rangers or some bullshit like that?
Yeah,
That was
something
weird.
stupid like that. One of those morphin ones. So this is going to be the Gabriel Elise, however you say his name. Um, this one is a vaulted 2021. I want to say this was from his own store. There's 3 different variants of this one. Now, here's where things start to get a little funny. There's these are autographed pops. So there's 4 variants. 3 of them have autographs. That means one of them doesn't have autographs. So that means that the value is probably being extremely affected by the ones that do have autographs versus the ones that don't have autographs. This is also a 4,000 piece limited edition. There's all kinds of things about this one that could be deciding the price of it versus reality. So it's one of these strange ones, and I don't want to sit on that one super long because of that. Street Fighter, how many of these do you have? I have
Oh
0.
wow! Wait,
I
have
didn't
we
even
seen Street Fighter before?
I didn't even know they made a Street Fighter. So this was in
I don't either.
2017,
But
vaulted.
this is one I could actually. I mean, I probably still won't get behind it, but I do remember that this was and I can't, Akuma. I believe he didn't go into Super Street Fighter or Ultra Street Fighter, one of those two, which is pretty awesome. I'm at least I got something that I can associate with here. Because I mean, who didn't go to the arcades back in the day and slam their quarters on the top of the game, waiting their turn to play some Street Fighter.
I agree. 100% I agree. This is a good one. This is a really good one. So next we have the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is going to be the
I feel like
Star
they've
Lord.
done this. I
This is
have this one.
This is from the Marvel, the core box, the
So
Marvel core box that you get your hands on all the time. This one is Star Lord with Power Stone. It is currently valued at $38 to $48. This is a pretty cool one. I'm gonna be honest. This one,
what's funny is I should probably start keeping more of my collector core items, but I don't. In fact, I think I actually even skipped this last box. But I think I had this one, and I think I gave it away to somebody.
what?
I might have given
Why
this
did
away.
why did you do that? You didn't give it to
I
me.
don't think I have this anymore.
We're not friends anymore. We were friends all the way
I
until
don't
that.
remember. I'm pretty sure I did give that one away to somebody. I didn't even
This
know
is
this existed and why I
this is
missed
the
it.
one that everybody needed in their collection in 2021. I actually have this one.
Cherry Coke. Cherry
So this is
Coke. Come
cherry
on.
Coke.
Got
Yeah,
my
this is
Coca-Cola shirt.
I actually have this one. So this is
I
gonna be
don't remember
the
that even
cherry
coming
Coke
out.
Hot Topic exclusive at $30. It probably sold somewhere really high. Somebody just got
Oh well.
suckered. I don't see this one being like a $30 pop, but maybe because it doesn't say that it's vaulted or anything. So I don't know. That one seems a little out there to me, but Hot Topic stuff tends to go up in value. Last one I think that we'll go over will be the Guy Fieri. Maybe we'll
Guy
go over a
Fieri.
couple more. Guy
Guy
Fieri was a
Fieri.
2020.
Fieri.
This is a
Fieri.
vaulted one. I actually got this one. I did a video on this one. So Jess bought me this one right as COVID was starting. So COVID
Mhm.
was starting. She did the online Walmart grocery where you can have it delivered straight to your house. And when you're working for Walmart, they give you free like delivery to your home. So it only
Oh, that's
makes
cool.
sense to deliver the groceries to your home. So
Yeah.
she bought me this pop in the grocery delivery. They put
Oh,
the
this is
pop.
the one that got smashed to shit.
Yeah,
I
they put
remember
they
this
put the pop in the box
with
with
the
all of
peanut
the
butter or
canned
something.
goods with all of the
Okay,
canned goods and cereal boxes and delivered it like that. I mean, and it got smashed to shit.
I'm pretty sure this is very early on with us even doing the show. 'Cause I
Yeah,
think I remember you showing me this and going, "What the hell?"
they smashed it to shit. I mean, just to shit. Um, it was kind of funny, to be honest. Looking back on it, I laugh about it a little bit now. But my wife is here. She's like, "Yeah, but you got it." That's right.
I
That's
remember
right.
that now. That was so funny.
I did a video on that. Go check that out when you get a minute because that was really cool. But when you were working for Walmart, they actually gave you like free shipping, so it only made sense to do that kind of stuff. And then we have the Marvel Core Spider-Man. So this is going to be the Across the Spider-Verse. This is Miles Morales. He is currently selling somewhere from $27 to $30.
Wait, is that the one that just recently came out?
I don't 2023. Yeah, that one would have just recently have coming out. I mean, it had to have
I think that was
September.
that was the last box that just recently released, and I think I skipped that one.
Yeah, so it's selling for a little higher than I would have expected. He hasn't posted any more of those in a while, but you know if you go over here and check out his Instagram, I mean, he
Those
posts
are
on a
interesting.
pretty regular basis. Was that?
No,
He
those are
he posts them
interesting.
on a pretty regular basis, so go check him out, go follow him. He has you see these at 72,000. I mean, so he's got a lot of followers. Go check him out. I found him one day by accident, and I've just kind of been watching the stuff that he's been doing ever since. Lots of cool stuff. They dropped those these stupid things today.
Your
These
wife says
stupid
you're
things dropped
ungrateful.
today. Ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful. I appreciate her. I was picking fun at Walmart, and the way they deliver that stuff. So I wanted to check those out and show everybody. Before we get out of here, I kind of want to scroll through something real quick though, because I found this today by accident as well. It is the 200-year evolution of shorts. Have you ever wondered like what a 200-year evolution of shorts would look like? What do you think a 200-year evolution of shorts would look like?
Wait, how did we get to 200 years of shorts?
Well, they're saying that shorts have now been around for 200 years.
Are
So
we
that's
talking
it's a
about
200-year
clothing shorts?
clothing. Yes, shorts, like the
Oh,
shorts that you put on your
I'm like,
body.
how I'm thinking YouTube Shorts or something like that. I'm like, wait, no, those haven't been that around that long. You're sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's not gonna let me show it. Oh, let me try this again. Maybe that's what's been like messing with me the whole time. Hmm. Let's try this again. Let's see. And let's go over here. I bet if I close that out, my PC goes to acting right again. No, there it goes. All right, here we go. So check this out. So this is going to be and this must be what has been like. You got your Vienna sausages. I love Vienna sausages. They're good for you.
Vienna sausages.
You there? What
Vienna.
happened?
Vienna. You still there? You froze.
Hmm. Well, that didn't work out well. Yeah, I'm kind of still here.
You
You with me?
froze.
Give me a second. I'll be back.
There you are.
So I had to exit out of that screen. It must have been that screen that was messing with me the whole time. See, anyways, when you get a chance, go look it up. It's like a 200-year like evolution of shorts, and it kind of gives you like the very first like Snickers, and then it just kind of like goes back from there. It goes to Daisy Dukes, and then it goes. It's just really cool. So when you get a chance, go check that out. It's kind of interesting. What do you got going on next week?
Not much.
That's 100% what was messing
New
with my
new
car.
show. Again, something it may be a little tight just down to the new shows for the next couple of weeks. I've got 3 weeks left of this class, and then I'm off for the summertime. So I'm going to try to start filming more when until the fall semester. But just trying to get through this class, and I've been able to space out my weekends just perfect, where I can put out my new show on Saturday, focus all on Sunday doing my schoolwork and stuff like that. This is week 5 of a 7-week class, so we're getting there. But no, just trying to get out and get stuff done. We had a big week this past weekend because we had my daughter's birthday party at a place out here called Sky Zone, which is basically just like a trampoline park of say. So she had a blast. So we're gonna have a nice, quieter weekend this weekend. It's been raining a lot, so the grass has gone crazy. So definitely mowing the lawn, but as far as that's pretty much what we got going on. We'll do some more new show. We do have some new updates. I may start doing a little bit more. I found a new feature because Apple recently updated their Final Cut Pro, and they added some great new items to it, and where I can completely drop out backgrounds off of anything, stuff like that.
What?
So I may start doing a little bit more of small news clip short type situation. And I think that could be a lot of fun. I still do the 5 minutes of Disney, but just do like more of the breaking news type of stuff. I think would be kind of cool to talk about, and then just bring it all together on the weekend. So, but that's all we got. Disney still bringing out news, still always releasing new stuff. Big one, of course, yeah, you said is Hocus Pocus is the most recent upgrade, and there was a new. I should actually bring that up. There's some new sippers that came out that recently released this past week out here at the Disney parks, which is the Platinum Mickey sipper, along with the Platinum Poisoned Apple sipper, which is actually looks pretty damn cool. I might actually.
Are you kidding me? Are you getting me a Platinum Poison Apple?
I might have to.
You have to go get me a Platinum Poison
I know,
Apple.
I know your wife would love that quite a bit.
I like the poison apples.
It's platinum and it's all shiny. It's really, really cool. I think it's definitely really cool. So I might have to.
I'm gonna have to make some platinum poison apples, guys. Hashtag pops and dogs. So my wife says she quit her job today. That was news to me. She quit her job today to sell pops and hot dogs. Hashtag pops and dogs. Pops and dogs. Pops and dogs. Hashtag pops and dogs.
Your hot dog cart trailing behind the car.
100% news to me, guys. That's you got it before I did. The poison apple stuff is really cool though. So yes,
yeah, I definitely. Plus, for me, because I like trying to find. I'm on a mission for decorations this next year because, of course, I know we're far in advance. It isn't even July yet, but I'm already starting to think about Halloween. And my wife did a fantastic job on the set last year for Halloween, and I know a lot of people go after Nightmare Before Christmas, but I'm trying to find more Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion new movie is going to be coming out, so I'm going to be looking for some Haunted Mansion pop.
You should figure out how to change your whole background to a background in Haunted Mansion.
Well, I could always do the green screen and stuff.
No, it's not the same. Green screens are not the same as the real FX. Not the same. Never the same.
But there's definitely some cool new effects that I may do and make for good shorts and stuff like that. So always trying to learn new things and stuff like that. But man, I think with some of these new apps, I'm gonna have to finally upgrade my Mac for sure. Because my rendering speed is slow as hell on this thing. So it may be time to finally upgrade.
It happens, man. Hey, look, guys, I truly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us tonight. I'm about to hit this like end credit that I need to at some point replace. I've been needing to replace it now for like years.
I replaced the intro, and we definitely need to.
coming soon. I'll replace the outro. Just know that we appreciate you, and we'll catch you next week over on Chris's channel. Have a good week, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Am I supposed to hit it? Is this where we like?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. TechBot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.